We're matching.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Double Tap. This is Mash Those Buttons podcast dedicated to the FGC. I am your host, Crash Tag, and with me, my apparently twinsy for tonight's episode is Jeremiah Mezzawar. What is going on, homie?
Sup, sir? Sup, sir? Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I've been
I
wearing
did
the
not
hell.
know-
I've been
did not
wearing the
notice
hell
that.
out of this. Every time I'm on a stream, anytime I'm at a gaming event,
You're
I'm
just
like, yo,
rocking it? I mean, it's comfortable,
it is really comfortable.
Shirts
I'm not gonna lie.
provided by Nerd Street Gamers for those that are watching live on twitch.tv/Nerd Street Gamers. Thank you for hanging out with us. And, of course, those on the road that are hanging out, whether you're pressing buttons right now at a weekly, maybe you're at Next Level right now
Oh, yeah.
up in New York, or maybe you're
I
going to
always
be at
forget
Wednesday
that's
Night
today.
Fights.
Damn, I
out
always
west.
forget. Maybe
There's
we
like
need
a
to have
lot
a
of
Wednesday night fight. Like us go out there one time.
This is mine. Hold on.
Yeah, that's yours.
Yeah, we should probably. Philly should have Wednesday Night Fights. But, yes, this is a podcast dedicated to everything FGC, which is the fighting game community. Yeah, we got to figure that one out, too.
Yeah.
It's
I'll
hosted-
never know.
It's hosted here at Localhost Arena in Philadelphia, home of the Nerd Street Gamers, who are provided the broadcast here live on their Twitch channel. I said that twice, but that's okay, though. I just want to
No, we
Make
gotta
sure.
we gotta nail it
make sure.
like the hammer and the nail. You know what I meant.
This is going to be a rough show. I feel like this is
It was strenuous
really
earlier.
rough.
I want to hear it.
But what's up, man? What you been up to
Yo.
so far? Out of the games. I know you've been getting your sessions on still.
Man, these guys came back from Evo.
Oh,
Still
yeah.
trash. No, I'm
Yeah,
just kidding. I'm kidding.
trash.
No, honestly,
Understatement.
I just want to say there's been so much happening. Don't get discouraged this week because there's not going to seem like too much. I mean, you guys got last week, which was like almost 2 hours long. So this week it's not gonna be short, but it's not
trust
gonna
me.
feel as impactful
We got
as last
a
week.
guest.
Yes.
We've got a guest coming on, a certain witch doctor that's going to give the cure for a couple of questions we've had over at Evo.
We got guests galore this whole month almost.
Actually, yeah,
So.
we have quite a list of people that are coming through that are going to be on the show for the next couple episodes. So if you've been staying tuned to it, appreciate you hanging out. You're going to get some awesome insight from people that, if you're sick of hearing us, you're going to
Yeah.
have a third person to get it sick of later on. There's something in my eye, and I'm like,
You just gotta poke it
trying
out.
to blink it out, but I can't.
Well,
Oh,
we're gonna
still.
jump on over to the fighters
Yes.
corner.
Yes. So while I'm just dying over
Yeah,
here, we're going to go.
I
right
mean,
to the
we're already
fighters
on the
corner.
same. We're on a proper subject too.
Yeah.
Because Smash right now, as you guys know, Ultimate has been getting. They've been trying to discover a lot lately about the whole trailer that came out.
Mm-hmm.
They had a full trailer for Smash and all the characters, and they were dying in the actual trailer, which is a little bit awkward.
Started kind of like early on with Ridley killing Mega Man, Mario, and then you saw when they introduced Belmont,
Yep.
Richter and Simon. You saw Luigi
He
die.
took it.
Like there's no like, oh, he was knocked out. Like no, like his soul straight Shang Tsung was.
I
taken
mean, let's
from
be
him like
honest
that.
here. Luigi had it coming. He's been that whole mansion the whole time. Bro, he's been running around for a minute. Somebody had to get him.
Vacuum ain't fixing that.
So Nintendo, he actually took it upon himself to try to analyze like an actual cop. He broke it down, and he actually got to the point where in the main menu, this is what came out. We have the Smash, Games and More, Vault Online. And right at the bottom left, the green one's called Spirits. So what they're believing Spirits is supposed to be is some type of mode where the characters have lost their spirits and you're running around recollecting them. So it means characters can possibly die because that's what they've been really stressing. I don't really know. I don't know. I feel like this is one of those, this is like the adventure mode that they're bringing back.
Yeah, like you're talking about the space. What is it? Galactic space mode, like their
Yeah.
campaign. I don't know. It seems kind of like to call it spirits. I feel like they have trophies, right? Well, they have a vault. The vault is
Yeah,
there.
the vault's where the trophies are.
Spirits.
Games and More kind of sounds
Interesting,
like
actually.
the Target
yeah,
games and stuff like that.
It isn't. The Smash community, when it comes to picking up these little details, they're definitely no short of gods of doing it. But Spirits, it kind of falls in the theme that we saw early on with the whole Ridley thing with Mario and Mega Man. It seemed kind of out of left field, right? I was like,
yeah,
oh,
it was really random.
Dead.
Like for a kids game.
Right?
At
Yeah.
that.
What direction? Well, maybe people kind
Maybe
of
more I don't know.
I passed it off because I was like, oh, it's just it's Ridley. They're just making him look really badass, right?
Yeah.
But then once they did the Simon Belmont, Richter Belmont release with Death and Death killing Luigi and had his spirit and stuff like that. Now it's like, okay, it's not like a theme
Yeah.
of just Ridley coming in and just doing a pretty badass thing.
Maybe
and
they're
somehow
trying to-
killing these characters. There's going to be a theme behind that, which could then introduce as to why of course, Richter and the Belmonts are being brought in. They could be a reasoning behind
Probably.
that.
I mean, they hunt vampires. Maybe they think it's Dracula taking
Undead,
souls and stuff like
occult,
that.
all
Whatever.
that kind of stuff. Yeah. So
I will say it is weird because they're taking more of an adult approach on this game now. I don't know if they're trying to target the audience that's been growing with the game.
maybe Sakurai is just like dead inside.
That's so sad.
That's also possible.
So we also got Noctilucent, who also was doing his own, and this is kind of just to double verify that this is what Spirits
the
is.
pixels kind of line up.
Yeah, he kind of just did all of it, and as he says in the Japanese show, it's also visible and says whatever that is, which is in English the word spirits
Okay.
in katakana. So,
all right.
I mean, are they far off? No, I think they're very accurate. But at the end of the day, it's going to be what does it play like? So
Yeah, what is this mode? What does that entail? Is this there's trophies and then there's spirits that you obtain throughout the game or through the main story? We won't know. Will that unlock other characters? And if so, we kind of really don't know how many more characters are because they're just adding on.
I mean, I kind of want them to steer away from the clone characters or the echo characters as they call them. I think it's still a good idea to have some. I'm okay with it. But yeah. I just don't want to see them kind of go overboard and try to do like an echo character for every character. That's too much.
And it's interesting that it was in the trailer, like in the Nintendo Direct, and they just like censored it, but they left it censored enough that they could probably, they could decipher.
Maybe this is what they wanted.
They definitely, I'm pretty sure they left it there just for that nice little Easter egg for them. But whatever the case may be, we don't know until the game releases or until the next trailer shows.
Yep.
But Spirits, interesting theme that Nintendo's going with.
Smash is reaching, and I think it's good that they're trying at least. They're trying to get a different audience. They're trying to go somewhere else.
They kind of got me. They don't need to reach no more. With the Belmonts in it, I was already like, damn it, Steph Tendo, we got to sit down and play.
They sold me when they gave me another Fire Emblem character. Woo.
All right, so Tekken 7.
Yes. Still speaking of characters.
Off
these
the hype train of Tekken 7, of course. We've got,
we can go with this,
like, what, 2 pieces here?
Yeah, we'll go with this.
You can load up the second one right now.
Because
that way it's there. There you go.
One more.
Oh, one's a twit longer?
Yeah. Oh, my God. I hate when it does that.
You got
All right, here we go. We're good. We're good. We'll figure it out as we go. Obviously, we know there's going to be a Season 2.
Of course.
So they're kind of like, yeah, this is slightly speculation, but this is kind of a breakdown. This guy, Majin Tenshin Han, did an article a few months ago. It was pretty accurate. He was talking about the characters that should come or we should expect. And this piece that he's doing now kind of states some of the characters and like how many games they were playable and what and when their first appearances. And I think it's very accurate to what we might see. Is we might see Armor King, maybe a full different palette of what he normally does. He may not play like King. May play a lot because he played similar.
Similar, yeah.
But maybe we might see a full-on hash out of Armor King. That's probably what's been taking them so long. Obviously, we have Baekdu-san, which is he's the master of Hwoarang.
Of what?
Hwoarang.
Hwoarang's master.
He's the master. So I mean, we're probably gonna see him come back. I would like to see his moveset still a little different, but even more different. Hopefully,
he was in Tekken Tag 2. It's not exactly a reach. It's not like he hasn't been hot for a while.
Obviously, Bruce, which we do have Josie, so it'd be kind of like, I don't know. I mean, he's stating a lot of characters that we have variations of. Like, getting Christy back, we do understand she's different, but it's like another character. Ganryu, someone who wasn't actually
Someone give an
unique.
E-Honda player like some love. Or not an E-Honda, but a sumo wrestler some love, please, because we are missing that right now. And Julia Chang or JC.
Yeah, so I mean,
a lot of these are fan favorites. I mean, but we only have 2 or 3 slots.
Three. So we already got our 3 originals. 5
characters and the 1 guest. Negan's the guest. Then we have our first 2 that were already shown off at Evo. And that leaves us with the 3.
Well, we have 2 and 1, right? Yeah, Anna, Lei, and then Negan. So we got one more regular character, and then 2 more guests.
Okay, no. 1 guest, 2 more characters.
I thought we get 3 and 3, or is it 3 and 2?
I thought it was 3 and 2.
So it's probably 3 and 2. So one more guest. Yeah, I think it's 1 more guest. We'll know in this.
There is 1 more guest for sure because I remember seeing the poll where it was a different color and then Negan's one was just all bloody and then they went into that one. So there is 1 more guest besides Negan.
Well, as we know, yes, there's more characters coming, but people were kind of taken back because they were like, we're going to have to pay for these characters. And they're adding a lot of new additional stuff. The wall bounce, all
New
these
sets as
new
well.
features.
It kind of feels like this is just going to be, this season 2 isn't just a season 2. It's more of just like a brand new edition.
It's like
Kinda
when
the arcade edition, Capcom route kind of deal.
It's like when they came out with Dark Retribution.
Exactly.
A brand new game.
I mean, I'm
So-
going to look at the next tweet that you were just talking
All
about,
right.
you were bringing up as well, because it was like, it was stated online.
Yeah.
Markman was like, this is not even Markman, it was Harada, I think.
Yeah,
early
so
on.
this is actually the tweet that he actually put out. Harada put it out January 25th, 2017. He said, in the past, we had to stop all updates and support within 2 months after launch because no development budget. With Season Pass, we guarantee 1 year of additional development cost and development team, retention of development team structure from our company publisher. Also, we do not sell classic Tekken characters. Paid DLC will be special content. With this system, we can do free updates and support for a long time. This is what I've been saying in an interview article. I have talked about it in several interviews before, so please read it. And this is something he's always stressed.
Mm-hmm.
But what's weird is Markman's tweet is he's saying if people are and just to kind of break down what Harada was saying real quick. Harada was saying you guys don't need to pay for original classic characters, but new characters and new content you will pay for. So Markman came out and he's like, if people are expecting Season 2 content to be free or legacy characters to be free for Tekken 7, I'm sorry, but that's not the case. Game development has costs associated to it. I'm just happy that we got more content moving forward. I'll triple dip for all my platforms. Hashtag Team Tekken.
Hashtag Team Tekken.
I don't know.
Okay, well, this isn't Harada saying it.
Yeah.
Maybe Markman might have missed the mark on, no pun intended, missed the mark on something that Harada stated before. Because that tweet you were just talking about was over a year ago.
Yeah.
So, either Markman kind of missed out on that, got miscommunication there. B, things change. It's kind of normal. You might not be in the same place as you were a year ago. C, the first 2 characters are going to be free, and the rest is special content, which is not going to be paid for. But I don't know off the top of my head if the first 2 are free.
See, that's the thing.
Or even if there was a price or even a date, now that I think about it.
If we were to price something like this, where do you think it should land? Because this is kind of like a weird situation
what's the
where
standard? Like $5.99 a character is like.
It's like $5.99 a character, and then usually or $4.99, one or the other.
Yeah,
usually a season pass is like between $20 to $30. Now we're talking about getting 2 unique characters that never been seen
one
before.
Extremely unique character.
Beyond.
That one is gonna make up all the money for the development.
That's like a $15 character already.
That is a guarantee. You can charge $10, and like a crap load of people are still gonna.
I would
complain.
pay for it.
Don't get me wrong.
I would pay for it. $10.99.
But
I'd pay for
buy
it. He's a cool. It looks like he's gonna be a great character.
This is Lucille. She is
when can
plus
you
30 on block. You seen that meme? That shit is hilarious. I'm gonna tell you right now.
If that happens, it's gonna happen. I can see it happening.
I have to bring it up because the memes right now for fighting games have been. I'll bring it up right after this. But $5.99 a pack. Give me 20 to 25 for the whole set. I'm set.
And that's
for it.
including all the features and updates. And it's not like you're not getting game updates throughout the year with this game.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want them to follow that same route as like Cross Tekken.
Where everything was DLC? I think Tekken 7 has done a good job so far.
Oh, sorry, I meant Cross Tag. I don't want them to do what Cross Tag did.
Wait a minute.
I don't want them to do what Cross Tag did, where they say one thing and then.
What did they twist?
So they were saying that the Ruby characters that were going to come out later were going to be something we had to pay for. Like all the Ruby characters are supposed to be free. That's what we expected.
Were free.
They are.
Oh, okay.
But when they were releasing them, they were releasing them so delayed. They were saying
from the beginning.
No, they originally wasn't going to be.
Oh, okay.
Because Zhang was actually going to cost money, so was Blake.
And Blake.
Weiss and
I think maybe
Ruby were
they
going to be the free ones.
re-up. Wait. I think, I remember.
The very beginning.
Was there like a big controversy around that? Those drama.
Yeah, so I just don't want this
and they might have swapped on that.
I just don't want this to look bad on Namco because they do such a good job. And one slip-up really does hurt the community in their eyes. You know what I mean? Like, people will look back and be like, oh, they did this.
It's trust, man. Trust is the easiest thing to break, hardest thing to
So I'm just curious if this is going to really hurt them in the long run. I mean, I don't think it will, but it's Namco. They got more than enough.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. But like I said, this is coming from two different people. I don't know if there's just Harada doesn't strike me as one to kind of one of those developers that would back out on that unless he is just like screws are put to him and he can't avoid it. Maybe, but because like I said, a year and a half ago,
that's a long time ago.
There could be a lot that could be different from then to now. So
I feel the best way for them to recover. Say it's like $25, right?
Just say whoops.
Well, no, not even. Just be like half of that or a quarter of whatever we make out of it goes all into the Tekken World Tour. That would be more than they can handle. Like I think anybody could ever.
I like the idea
because I did it.
You pay, but if you pay, you're supporting the community.
Exactly. So it's not like you're just paying for no reason.
Stuff like that. All those other costumes from previous games, support the pot bonus for Evo or for some big event.
This is big. Support it through a season pass. That I don't think that's been done yet.
No,
did KI do?
Yeah, I think. No,
I thought KI only did it off of certain characters.
If not a season pass, it's only been like an individual
character.
The character, yeah.
Yeah, so I think with a season pass, that would be really. Namco might lead the way for something.
Instead of pigeonholing yourself to one specific character that maybe some people just don't play, and then they're like,
exactly.
no, we won't. Not because I don't want to support, I just really don't care about that character. So
yeah,
I don't want to spend my money on it.
I'd rather just buy Negan and then just be like, all right, forget everybody else. But, not a bad thing. Namco kind of just gonna have to clean up their mess there.
We'll see if they backpedal. And his tweet was when? When was Markman's?
Markman's was, let's see. Sorry, that's not the right one. Markman's was actually like, what?
It was about a week ago.
Yeah, right. August 10th.
We'll keep an eye on it.
Roughly around the same time frame.
We'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Tekken 7 Season 2 DLC. I mean, still hype. We'll see what goes on. We'll see if there's any kind. I'm gonna research. I'm gonna see if I can pull any kind of replies or responses from him down the line to see if there's a follow up to this. So Dragon Ball FighterZ has been another subject of some awesome testing and then some just nonsense that has been hitting the online game right now. So
I love this game and I hate this game at the same time.
So the Switch beta has been out already, or the demo?
So their beta came out for it was more of like a play test weekend, like how they did for the other games.
Yeah, just a weekend. Test out servers or test out the game.
It already passed, unfortunately. I felt like I didn't even hear about it. Yeah. I felt like it came out. It was like under wraps.
I didn't get a Switch till like last week, so I think that's why I didn't think about it.
So it went until I think it was from the 9th to 12th, which I do know it's to the 12th, but obviously that's past, guys. And pretty much Dark Horse took the lead on this and said, we did see it at the announcement at E3 in 2018, but they finally gave us a beta to try out. And from what he said, and this is a good read if you guys want to check out the article. It's really good. It's on
GitHub's TLDR, man.
The best way I could put it is he said the game runs just like the console, 60 FPS.
Okay.
Buttons seem to respond well on a Pro controller like it does on a regular controller. Not so sure about the arcade stick. Obviously, he didn't have one, but he's sure it probably responds the same way.
Okay.
The only downfall to this was the graphics. He said the graphics were just pulled down a little bit.
Really?
It was, he said it brought it down, but it wasn't to the point where it looks ugly. It just looked like a handheld game.
Look ugly, but really, I thought the Switch would have enough horsepower to at least run that.
Considering Zelda, stuff like that.
Yeah, but Zelda and stuff that use proprietary tricks and systems and engines that Nintendo optimized for that. This is a third party.
What games use a lot of graphics like that? Like a lot of particles and bit.
Breath of the Wild was one of the biggest ones, but like I said, that's kind of also out the window because it's proprietary. It's their own thing.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But
it still runs though. I mean, it's still good. It doesn't. By the way, guys, we are recording this on Wednesday fight nights out here in Philadelphia. So in case you've been hearing button presses and people going nuts, there is a FighterZ and a Tekken 7 tournament right across from us.
Yeah.
Anyway, where was I? For so long, it kind of alienated the Switch people. If there was anyone that just had a Switch that didn't have the opportunity to get a PlayStation or didn't want one or something like that. No, hey, you can play Dragon Ball FighterZ. So it's still a good thing. But considering it's on a smaller screen, I don't know how it's going to look in 1080.
They said
I think downscaled in the regular screen, it'll probably look just fine. You won't notice it considering the size of it.
But
when
once
it
you
gets
blow it up,
upscaled, I think that's when
I've noticed with a lot of games some games it does it, depending what it is.
Oh, Skyrim is on the Switch too. That I think
it looks good on a small screen. On a big screen, it's
I think
okay.
It's the same issue where it's just like the scaling's a little weird. So.
But I mean, for it to still retain the 60 FPS, he said the only thing I think was like the loads and the loading screens and the cinematics. Sometimes pull 30 FPS.
Really interesting.
So,
okay.
But overall, everything
Switch
else seemed like
underpowered?
60. Maybe they're just not using all the power of it.
I don't know.
That's the only thing I can think of. Maybe it might break something with the 60 FPS and having too much with the graphics.
It's kind of simple for me to say it's underpowered because it really is. I mean, it's nothing.
True.
Oh, I just realized we've been on.
So it's okay.
We'll be all right.
So we're moving on to the next thing anyway, which is we want to talk about Vegeta and Cloud 805. My man's found.
First of all, Saiyan Saga is the best saga. I have stated this for many, many years.
It's pretty dumb right now.
It was before everyone decided to scream the power up and get golden hair to fix their issues. It was when men were men, and y'all fought with fists. It was grimy.
And tails.
Putting yourself to the limit. Kaioken times 4, all that good stuff.
I will say this, though. Now nobody has to play Cell.
Kind of.
Because Vegeta has a scream.
You're right. Yeah,
he has a scream. We're good. We replaced them.
So base Goku and base Vegeta have been out for about a week or so, and they have been tearing up. All the new tech is coming out. To my understanding, Goku just outright kills you. He's got damage for days. He has solid meter build. He's useful even when, like I said, when Kaioken, when we heard that's what it was, it depends on the character, how many are left. He gets a certain amount of follow-ups, gets more damage doing it, but then you throw that with Spark. I think base Spark, he can kill, anybody in the game by himself. Well, no, I think he needs assists. I'm not even 100% sure, but I think from 1 meter, he can kill anyone.
I think he can 8K you by himself. Or 9K.
Yeah, I gotta confirm, but I think he might need assist. But regardless, though, it's awesome to see, the spirit, just
just a regular spirit bomb, the way it's used.
It's just like spirit bomb, you're up there, and then he does the level 3, and it was just like we suspected. Spirit bomb, the level 3 is fucking really slow.
You can't
but
you
get hit with it, the animation goes on forever before the huge actual.
It's bigger than Brawly's.
Huh?
It's bigger than Brawly's, and the only way you can get out of that bad situation is to block it. It does a lot of chip too, a ton of chip.
I haven't seen anyone have to just block it, because if you're just throwing one and you're able to block it, I would instantly vanish.
Well, here's the thing: you can't instantly vanish, because if you do, you automatically get hit by it. It's that big, so you have to vanish at the very point where you can't see yourself anymore, and you can't see, and you can only see Goku.
That's kind of wild.
It's very hard to do. It's not worth it.
But then we got Vegeta, who is a more perfect
monster.
self, from what I can understand.
He's a monster.
We're gonna show you guys a little clip here, but he can basically do a lot. He gets put in a lot of situations where it's just more than advantageous. He can just do so much damage. Cloud 805 being the lab monster that he is, of course, no Marblehead, has kind of been the brunt of showing a lot of tech of what he came up. Besides cats like Sonic Fox, of course, that made the character look very good with the loops and all. But he just has great synergy with a lot. So, we're using 6 meters right here, instant 8K. Yeah, that didn't take a whole lot of effort, but we're using Adult Gohan, Kid Buu, and base Vegeta.
So, a lot of people are not going to understand why this worked.
For 6 meters, it better work. Or
well,
excuse me, 7
here's the
meters.
thing. There's a reason why this is working.
Mm-hmm.
And as we talked before, his assist is broken. It's actually broken.
And is that broken it's so good it's broken?
Yeah,
No, it's actually
glitched.
This is going to get patched.
Let's see if I can actually slow it down so I could show you guys what I'm talking about while I explain it at the same time, because he explained it. So that's terrible. So basically what's happening here is he's resetting him and getting a full 2K damage.
So there is a weird glitch where it's unscaling.
Yes.
Basically, the disc is just doing full damage. But the fact that it's supposed to do, I don't even think unscaled. 2K from an assist isn't
2K
even
unscaled.
correct. That's not correct
At all? No, not at all.
It shouldn't even be that much damage. So this is something that is clearly not going to stay competitive. This is definitely getting patched out. As of right now, go nuts on this. like house.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not gonna last. Besides that, it's just like the character itself has a lot of pressure. Vegeta, if you look at, lore-wise in that saga, especially the OTG grab, it's like every time I see it, where he's just like,
oh yeah, and he's like, he just throws your ass up there.
Like, it's just memories, nostalgia, so crazy.
So I could just do a quick explanation. Basically, he says, no, Vegeta's assist did that much damage. It's a bug glitch that happens when you open someone up right after they block Destructo
disc.
Yeah, it's because it's different. It's a different name for it.
It's multiple times on block, but only once on hit. Okay.
So if you open them up,
if you're in the block stun of the disc and then get opened up, you're just losing 2K off.
Yes, automatically. It doesn't matter when you do it, when it happens.
Very weird.
I don't want to lose 2K for that.
Nobody does, and you won't forever. It's gonna get patched. I feel it's gonna be one of the first emergency patches that Bandai and Arxis are gonna be doing. So
that's wild. They really let something like that slip by, and nobody
nobody
noticed that.
I mean, no one noticed. Like, okay, how do you?
Who not trying to open somebody up off a Destructo?
Good point. Speaking of Destructo, these are like some of the tools that Vegeta has. Like his Destructo disc, when he throws it, and say you're using Vegeta, so you're on point Vegeta, you throw it, and when you throw it, it leaves him airborne. So then you're able to access dashes. So you're able to access like those super quick lights of his that are overheads, multiple ones before he hits the ground. And then if you're in mid screen, you kind of cross up too. So it's like a three-way setup for no meter.
And he also has that with his auto combo as well.
Yep. So
he's very Bardock-like, but it seems like all these new characters have command grabs. That's the first thing.
Goku's that command grab of Goku's just like, be gone, Saiyan.
Goku has this combo where he basically, as long as he starts from stand light, fireball, and then he does his down 2S, where he does the two fireballs and then the dive kick, or if he does crouch medium into 2S, as long as he starts it with one of those two, you are going to lose 5K off the ground alone. And the reason why is
it meter neutral?
Huh?
Meter neutral? Like, does he gain? How much meter does he gain?
Too much. Because he does auto combos in between every time. So he does, he'll do, after the thing, he'll do crouch jab, jab, delayed jab, auto combo, bounce off the wall.
That's just so
and then he'll do it again, and they keep bouncing off the wall.
The moveset is so hype. Like,
So I think that's going to get patched out because what they're going to do to stop it is because it wall bounces.
They're going to reset.
They're going to take off the wall bouncing after the first one, and it's going to be you can't rebounce them off the wall like that. It's just going to probably make them tech right there. So that's what I can think of. I think it's really hard to do, and I think it's a really good thing, but new characters. Just let them rock. Let them rock for a while.
So they're going to be – so Cell is kind of like out the picture. Not out the picture. He's been normalized, really. People are like, yeah, they took away some things, but it's not like he's, like, bad. People are still using him. Nappa's been buffed. We just saw Rogue Yoshi here earlier just showing the tech, going nuts with it. I'm pretty sure
3 lows is too many.
Still going on.
Don't give characters 3 lows. Arxis, please. I don't know what you're doing.
What else? Frieza's becoming a little more
viable.
A Frieza player here is like, I hate it that people are saying that. It's like, oh, he's
that
good.
What?
Yeah, in golden form. Like, yeah, do I really need to use 3 more meters to make my character?
You should be using it as like a mid combo thing, a thing that you use as an offensive tool, not a defensive tool, because that's what people were doing before.
Yep.
Now it's a very offensive tool that I think allows Frieza to be on point or mid. I mean, Fat Boo's looking like he's getting stronger too.
Yeah. It's starting to be those secret buffs where those like bad characters are slowly creeping up, and then bam, next thing you know, top tier.
It's got to happen sooner or later.
Everyone's gonna look around and be like, what is going on here? So yeah, all right. So Saiyan Saga is best saga so far. Prove me wrong. People of the internet prove me wrong. So what do we got next?
So we got Blaze Blue Cross Tag. Obviously, they got a full-on patch that happened over the weekend on August 10th. People didn't know when 9 and many other characters dropped. It kind of caused a lot of glitches. And there's still some. So this patch is a 1.21. It's going to fix a lot of just the normalization of tactics mode missions. Was not clearable for 9.
So this is just a quality of life.
Yeah, it is, but they're also fixing some other things with like EX moves, like not using meter.
Yeah, that might be something you gotta fix.
And
Yes.
then
it's like the Piccolo glitch. Was it Piccolo? No, Ginyu. Yeah, it was
Ginyu.
a Ginyu glitch where you can get a free level 3
yeah,
after DHC.
stupid. I think he still can.
No, that shit is gone. That
I wish
shit
it was
gone.
back. It'd be so nice.
Fuck.
He'd be so strong now, too strong.
I
But,
hear, I hear he's getting used more often. So
There's
hey,
more of them coming out.
We're past
but
the fighters part.
they updated it for PS4. They updated it for Steam and Nintendo Switch, but they still have some replay issues. We're just not going to get into that because replay is kind of funky. But do keep in mind, with this patch, there are still some things that they have to fix. I'm hoping to see them fix Mitsuru's when she calls out her assist, her forward assist. She calls out, I think it's called Miracle or something like that, and she shoots a bunch of ice fireballs at you. If certain points,
ice fireballs,
I don't know how to put it.
ice projectiles.
Thank you. If somebody
How
gets,
long you been in the game?
it's been a long day. All right, I got mixed up in grand finals. Don't leave me alone.
You're in Grand?
Yeah,
Oh, that sucks.
from losers.
Oh, did Rogue beat you?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
So,
I was wondering why you gave me that look when I said his name. You were just like, all right, go on.
3 lows, man.
3 lows.
Um,
That's why. It makes sense now.
Exactly.
Makes sense. You got bodied by the 3 lows.
So, yeah, her assist stays on the screen. It doesn't touch anybody, but it's very misleading and it's confusing.
Okay.
It can do a lot of damage just mentally. So, definitely something to look forward to. I think this is a nice little patch, just in between.
So it's just quality of life, keeping up with it,
clean
as
up-
they should.
Cleaning up the game.
Fighters is going on. Not much. Fighters. I mean, well, by
Street
fighters, I
Fighter.
mean Dragon.
Yeah. Wow, man, you're everywhere
Bro,
today.
I
You're worse than
cannot-
me right now.
I am really bad right now. It's
So,
been a long day.
What
So
he meant was Street Fighter 5.
Street Fighter 5 is going on right now. It's live. Sagat and G have been out now for a week. I was out feeling what everyone's impressions were. We're hearing
Bonchan likes his
it's
Sagat.
left and right right now. Sagat could be good. People are saying he's bad. But like, oh, look at the pro players. That's one thing. G, Nemo's taking G for a ride.
I say give him more time.
Yeah, give it time.
These characters need to see their first tournament.
But I'm seeing early on, some people like MJ, our resident Vega player here, he's saying Vega kind of does pretty good against Sagat.
Oh, that's
He
good.
kind of nullifies his V trigger, which is pretty good. And just overall, it's just like he doesn't feel like he loses it. It's still going to take a little more time, but his insights haven't been bad. Falk, he was the early adopter, and he was like, yo, she actually is not bad.
No, she's definitely
It's
not.
just different. And then about, a month or so later, everyone's like, oh, Falk isn't that bad.
You got to put a little bit of work in her,
Yeah,
but
a little bit. But yeah, so basically we're just getting a lot of impressions for those new characters. I'm still waiting for the G-themed President of the World to come out. I'm so stoked. Funky, the Homo sapiens, just dope.
I want to see if they're going to do more tracks now.
That'd be awesome. I can't wait for the 30th anniversary bundle that has all the CD, the CDs from all the different games. Because I bought the 20 or the 25th way back when.
Yeah.
And I still have all those CDs because they're all godlike
Oh, that's
tracks.
so dope.
But yeah, besides that, a weekly costume.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys haven't, make sure you.
What's the current costume though?
I think it's still the Mega Man one.
Airman?
The Airman, yeah. Because I know it was
Really?
last week, but I think it's.
Rashid one. Yeah.
If
it
not, they
be.
might not have announced the new one this week. Usually they tell us beforehand, but
Yeah, it might not be new.
they said
might
it
be rehashing right now.
on last week on the 10th, which was a little weird. It was on that Friday. But yeah, definitely look out for your Street Fighter 5 costume pieces if you didn't get all of them. This is going to be the week. And if you guys didn't know, make sure if you missed, say, the Monster Hunter costume, you can go buy it now. So now you can actually
buy it?
purchase most of those costumes.
Capcom. Guys are sneaky. Well, that does it in terms
Yeah.
of updates for it was kind of bad, but like I said, it's post Evo.
Exactly.
The hype was up here. Now we gotta
Let's-
mellow out.
yeah, exactly.
Let's chill.
You guys should be
Until
playing
Summer
the
Jam,
games
that
and
is.
relaxing. Yes.
Until Summer Jam,
excited
end
for
of this
that.
month.
That's going to be fun.
That's gonna be good. By the way, Summer Jam is getting. We are sponsoring Summer Jam. They're Street Gamers. $1,500 extra into your Street Fighter prize pool. So,
Damn it, Street Fighter.
and if we play things right, NEC coming up, we should be doing a live show out there. So,
I'm looking
tuned for
forward to
that.
it. That's going to be fun. As long as it doesn't snow.
yeah,
No
I keep
snow,
forgetting.
man.
It's
I can't-
so far from here.
I can't do it again.
We'll see. You might have to, bro.
I'm leaving early then. I'm
might
taking
have
off
to.
of work. I'm getting in early. I'm going to be there 10 a.m. No snow.
All right.
Let me get snowed in.
random as you are, we are in the randoms of the FGC when we're just going to talk about who apparently is trying to dodge the snow, who's really getting bodied, and who can't block 3Ls. They're all messed up.
I blocked most of them.
They're all messed up.
I blocked most of them.
Twitter's saying no to Facebook posting.
So I don't know when this happened,
I
but
don't
I found out
see
today.
anything about fighting games whatsoever in there.
Yeah, sometimes this is important to talk
Okay,
about things a
what do you
little
got?
outside of the scope. Because
Okay.
here's the thing: guess where you guys usually go for your Twitter and your action for all your information? Twitter, right? Guess
Most
what?
of the times.
I post from Twitter to Facebook. Why? Because people that I know on Facebook aren't on Twitter, and
Okay.
them they like
Oh,
their
you're
fighting
saying
games.
you can't tweet on
So
your own Twitter account and make it show up on Facebook?
Yeah, they
Okay, that
they
sucks.
took away the whole option. So now it's not something you authorize. You can't do any of that.
Okay, that's your public service announcement
It's done.
for Twitter?
Yo.
Okay,
So
there you go. Now you guys know.
no more. Twitter and Facebook aren't friends anymore.
All right, but Shovel Knight is because he's in Rivals of the Aether.
Yeah, which I don't know how they got the rights to this, but
Well, Shovel
Smash
Knight-
didn't.
But what?
They got a trophy in Smash. They
Oh,
got an
Shovel
actual
Knight?
player. This is a playable character in Rivals of Eighth.
Oh, I thought you said Shovel Knight was in Smash for a second. I was like,
He is in Smash just as a trophy though.
oh, the trophy? Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
which is kind of trash.
I mean, working with indie developers, and Shovel Knight is pretty well known. So
Well, they
oh,
definitely
we
put.
got a Zenyatta.
Oh yeah, man. They
Lucio
Frog
Zenyatta if they use just
Zada.
Frog.
I've never seen Rivals of Aether do a video, so this is kind of new to me.
It's nice.
and
I
it-
like the 2D animation of it.
Yeah.
I dig it.
I'm curious how this story plays.
The boy.
That was cool. I like it. And he looks good. He looks like he's already in his own game still. Like they just translated him over. I wonder if that's just a taunt or if that's actual real move. I feel like I'm just watching Shovel Knight right now. I'm not even. Oh my God, he was dead before he even knew it. This is cool because this is like if you've been playing Shovel Knight for a long time and you know how the game plays. Ooh, that was cool. If you know how the game plays, then this is like basically picking up and playing Shovel Knight just in a Smash style play. This might be the coolest character they've like introduced. And I think they've had they have Shauna in this game. Shantae. I thought she was put in this game. I know that's one of the characters that was requested a lot. So maybe Shovel Knight's in this. Shantae is going to be in Smash. That would be a good idea though. Man,
I dig it. I dig it.
that's crazy.
I like it when you get as many characters and IPs. That's why Tekken's so crazy because Tekken's basically like one character away from Mugen. You put in like Homer
know,
Simpson
man.
or Family Guy, like this is a Mugen,
It's
like straight up.
they get paid for it though. That's the difference.
Yeah. When that AMC money check clears.
Oh,
Speaking
snap!
of memes, yeah, this is.
Oh, you
this
got
is
it?
just something to get. Yeah, this is the current state. This tweet. It's very rare when a tweet just actually kind of sums up everything you're thinking about in the FGC.
Okay.
This one, shout outs to Hologram Summer. This is making its rounds. And I quote, "What a fucking time to be a fighting game fan. Out here, like, my mains are Richter Belmont, Negan from The Walking Dead, Isaac from Binding of Isaac, Terry Bogard with titties, Geralt, and Goku.
I'm not gonna lie, that is kind of OD, and I think about it.
That is it got me at the Terry Bogard with titties. I was done at that one.
Yeah.
Then when I saw it in Goku, I was like,
It's funny because we always talked about the Goku thing.
yeah.
And now, like, I was asking Gabe last night. I was like, he was wearing a Negan shirt because obviously the new Walking Dead game came out.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, so, yeah, you're going to be a Negan fan now? You're going to play Negan in
Play
Tekken?
Tekken?
He was like,
The
no.
Walking Dead got me into Tekken.
He literally said no. And I looked at him. I was like, take that shirt off. You don't
wasn't too
respect that.
impressed at an Evo, but that's just him.
Yeah.
That's why we don't have him on here. He's not fun. Sitting over there.
Playing his
Hey, look at him.
games.
Fake smile.
Playing his
Just-
goddamn video games.
yeah. You stay over there.
He said, I'm ready to go in.
Wearing a
Yo.
Negan shirt, but you don't play Tekken. You're a horrible person.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that.
How dare you? How dare you? But
Yeah, stay behind the rope.
yeah.
Stay behind the rope.
So obviously you guys probably haven't heard this game in like ages.
Yeah.
Yatagarasu, yes, I said it right, returns with an update. Ow. This Negan guy. See, you know, when you got to have Gabe on the show, you know, it's serious.
We'll get another mic for you, brother. Don't
Yeah.
worry. You do? Well, not right now.
He was excited.
Not
He
right
was
now. What?
he was about to throw down. Guys, Gabe is in the building, just so you know.
He's here. He's late, but he's here.
Yes. So
Go.
I'm gonna have a fresh haircut for this guy.
There you go.
So Yatagarasu is returning with their new game update. I always wanted to just say
this game is like the one game that just will never die. It'll always be
and
alive.
it's good,
It'll get
but it's
an
like
update out of nowhere. It has the Third Strike animation that rivals that of Third Strike and Dog.
where's their money coming from?
I thought it's always been like community based. I thought.
Well, they're getting 3 new characters for the game in the arcade, which I guess it's big in Japan.
It's definitely still played out there.
And the game is called Yatagarasu Enter the East Ward. That's very weird to say. Just real quick, I just want to bring this up because I couldn't see it before because it was all in Japanese, whatever. And obviously, my job don't let us look at things like this, whatever that meant. But well,
There you go.
the thing is, they wrote this out on 4Gamer. I guess it's not gonna translate for me, but this is one of the newer characters.
I think if you click on the top right by
The writing thing.
no, to the
That's
left, left again. Never mind.
Hey, it looks even better.
Well, there you go.
But basically, you'll see his name in this trailer that they made, which looks.
sweet.
They literally
we
just
had a
added
trailer,
one
too.
character to the damn trailer.
That's fine. Give me more. So,
So-
yeah, it was a very underground game. I didn't see a whole lot of it, but funny enough, it has people like commentators in it.
Woogie.
Like
Woogie?
Luigi, but like Woogie.
Yeah, Woogie.
So they even have things like the commentators, and maybe Stan was one of the commentators.
Yeah. I think it was.
I can't remember.
I know the game creator is also one.
So I think they're still supporting the game. I mean, sure, why not? It's got a very unique style to it. I have played it. It's just
It's old.
and even then, like I played it on cabinets while it was still being supported. So I don't.
Oh, you played it on a
Can
cabinet?
you get it? Can you get it digitally?
Yeah, I have it on PC.
Okay, yeah. Well, I haven't
So-
had a chance to scoop it out.
So I'm curious if they're gonna put this one out on PC and some other maybe consoles, because this game kind of needs a console release at this point, because it's lacking the audience, and not everybody's gonna play fighting games on PC all the time. So.
We're talking niche. As if we weren't already niche enough.
This is anime as hell.
Niche into niche.
Third Strike anime.
But the design is so good.
It really is. And I love the character designs. I like the character names. I like a lot of even the music is anime as hell, but I like it. So it has a little bit of something for everybody. Yeah, that's a do-rag. That's not one of those like. So before anybody thinks that that was one of the regular characters, she was announced in the previous version before that demo or whatnot. But Woogie, I don't know how I'm just gonna say Woogie is one of the newer characters. There's gonna be 2 more characters. We don't know who they are yet. We haven't released them. I think this is a really good intro back into unique anime games that started off as doujin.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if you guys don't know what doujin is, basically it's a lot of indie companies who use the 2D fighter engine to make all their fighting game stuff. So,
I hate that I just saw ASMR ear cleaning in there. Oh my
absolutely,
god,
dude, this shit's
Listen
amazing.
to that later.
So, obviously, moving past indie stuff, we got to talk about anniversaries because I didn't even know it was SNK's 40th anniversary
I
already.
keep forgetting SNK has been around for
Dude,
so
they're just old as
freaking
shit.
long.
They're just
so
old.
long.
They're old. They're older than
They've been
everybody
the
in this
game,
room.
baby. So yeah, so they got the 40th anniversary edition coming out of what is like an art book, I'm assuming.
So,
or just a general.
It's
history?
really cool. It comes with so it's for the Nintendo Switch.
Oh, okay.
It comes with 500 games, I believe it was,
Oh, what?
or oh no, not 500 games. It's like all the original like SNK games.
All right.
So just kind of go through it real quick. It has it comes with obviously for the Nintendo Switch comes with a nostalgic music collection soundtrack, 40th
Oh, that's
anniversary
coming out,
art
book
collection.
in a collector's box.
Yeah, $65. All right,
11 to 25% left.
cool. Yeah.
Man, people are pre-ordering like crazy.
And I mean, a lot of this stuff is really it's really cool because it's like
Ikari Warriors pay
yeah.
respects to where Ralph came from, as well as Leona and, oh my goodness,
And-
why am
and-
I missing the last gentleman's name? Oh, man.
her dad.
No, not her dad. Well, technically, yes, but no. It's Ralph, Leona,
Oh, Clark.
Clark. Yep.
So I mean, you'll be able to get to play all these old school games too. So from what is that? Arter? I
Play
don't know.
that game. Can you name that obscure SNK game? And go. Ikari.
Gorilla
I won.
War. Yeah, you're right. Ikari
That's
Warriors.
definitely Ikari Warriors, yeah.
So I mean, like they got all these old school games you'll be able to get to check out. Ikari 3 didn't look good. Pal.
Yeah, there you go.
No, so all these old school
celebrate,
games.
SNK's 40th with limited edition Nintendo Switch content and art book and all.
And we're just going to jump right over to the SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy Diamond Dream Edition.
That's right, woo!
If you guys haven't spent $120 on this,
$20 holla.
I'm going to tell you what you're getting. So
So it's a PS4
basically,
version and a Switch version. Cool.
well, yeah, there's the
There's
PS4
a
version.
and a Switch version, yeah.
Yeah, and then the Switch version, obviously.
They're both
There's
120.
not really that different. But the only
would
thing
hope
is, you do get different things, I believe, inside of it.
I'm not
Some
going to lie. The
slip.
Fatal Cutie hat was kind of ridiculous.
Oh, word.
Yeah. See if I can get my hands on that.
So you're going to get the 2-disc OST, which SNK usually has really good music.
Yeah.
I don't know about this game's music, so I have to hear it to know. But you're going to get that hardcover art book, which, will allow you to see kind of like all the designs, probably how they made the characters, as you can see there.
It's always fun.
You're going to get a sleeveless shirt for
With
SNK.
my right on it.
Yep.
I would have preferred Terry with titties.
Get an extra large. Obviously, the Fatal Cutie hat, which it looks good. It looks very good, actually. Okay, I want to see that in person. Then you're gonna get the towel and wristband. So if you want to work out. Oh man.
Woo! Man,
So are they
this
in
heroin's getting me sweaty.
Are they saying we should be playing beach volleyball?
I don't know.
Yo, when is the SNK
They
versus
got the sleeveless
DOA?
shirts. I think SNK. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know who they're marketing towards. It's bodybuilders
I think actually you might have saw these pins out there too.
out at like Evo.
Yeah, they had something like that. Some pins like
they
that.
had a lot of stuff, but the big thing is because Terry was announced, they kind of showed a lot of that. I don't remember seeing pins, but that could just be me.
And then you're gonna get the game.
Oh yeah, that too.
So, that's the most important. You probably want that game. But nothing else other than that. No statues, no none of that. Just a whole art collection of SNK heroine stuff.
I dig.
Yeah,
I mean, the game is all right. So the game is fun. It's a little easy. Some people are, that never got a chance to actually play the game at all went to Evo. Some people were disappointed. Some people were not. So it's it's really preference at the end of the day. I don't mind it. Would I be playing it a lot? No.
I think it's one of those things where we just need to see how far in depth it can go. Because that's when we're really going to see if it's good or not. But obviously that's it for the randoms and the FGC, guys. We are going to be going to the plug and play where we talk about some hardware that you might need or you just might want. And it might help you out when you're on the road or whatever.
Deals for you.
So, starting off with the kick-ass I'm trying to say it right. I think it's Victrix.
Victrix. Yep.
Trix Pro.
Known for doing headsets.
Fighting stick. This thing is badass.
It's pretty nice. Is that like a solid whole block? Like, is that aluminum? Like, it's weird. It doesn't have a hard edge. It actually, like,
No.
It's
smooth.
ellipses.
So, supposedly it was at Evo. And
I do not remember.
I'm surprised you
Oh,
didn't
wait,
get.
I have seen that, but you couldn't. I couldn't play it though.
You probably couldn't touch it.
It was just there looking at
I'm
me.
going to tell you why you couldn't touch
That's
it.
kind of ill
in a
because
minute.
the edging.
Yeah,
The etching. Excuse me.
I like that. And I like that you still have that top wrapping part for your wire.
Yeah.
So that's also nice. And this is really sleek. I like the top. It's very sleek. It doesn't really show you all the buttons. And I'm curious if that's going to be a problem, though, in the long run for knowing what's what. Because it doesn't look like it actually has anything there that says what it is.
I
It
thought
probably
those,
on
I
it.
thought those were indented buttons. I was gonna be like, no.
But, like, looking at it, it
Oh,
looks
that's
really
dope.
clean.
That's pretty ill.
It's just a
I
nice
love the
design.
art on it.
Yeah.
It's so simple.
I like the way it looks. Like, it looks like this, like, it almost looks like wood. But it's not.
Kind of. The cable thing, though, it's like it sticks out a little bit. I mean, it's nice to have,
Yeah.
but like that sticks out.
I kind of wish it was more of like, it was more or
Wish it
less
was
a cable.
compartment.
Yeah, I like compartments more for the wires, but I kind of want those hooks. I kind of want it to be like something you can hold on to, like put your like as a bag,
Like a handle or something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that would be cool.
like a bag type thing, or like a nice little bar there to just hold. But now you get to kind of see like a little bit of the insides, and this is what really blew my mind is how clean it
They
is.
got the pop-up. They got the link support.
It's so clean,
So-
and you can't even see the wires. Right?
Yeah, so cats like Initial J here who got the link, you
Yep.
know, can pop off their stuff, not worry about having it with them on their person. They can have it with the stick at all
Exactly.
times. You just have to get to it. That's cool. I'm a fan of sticks that do that are easy, accessible to change. Because sometimes, you know, buttons might go bad.
Yeah.
Not so much sticks. Like, well, there's no real quick release on sticks besides the link.
Yeah.
But like, if your button goes off, like if your micro switch goes bad on the stick, you're shit out of luck. But buttons, you know, it's a quick
Yeah.
remap if you need to, especially if you have an extra pair or two. And they even have, looks like, space for an Allen wrench at the top. And this is the bottom of it, right?
Yeah, and they even have a compartment for you to have a stick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
for your links and stuff like that.
Yeah. So what's interesting? This is actually upside down right now. So, I mean, we're used to being able to either open up the stick.
Huh.
Like you see how
That's-
that's a very flat,
Yeah,
bottom.
The thing that's getting me is like if you look at the size, I thought those were rubber pads, but no, those
Oh.
are openings for you to actually just like
Yeah, so you can
grab
hold it. Yeah.
underneath. Yeah,
And-
I thought so. That was like it's gonna be weird to hold on to that thing because I don't see a handle and they actually. But I would have preferred unless the purple
The purple is the grip.
is the grip part.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
You
what's,
gotta make sure your stick ain't
Exactly.
running nowhere.
So, and I think this might be a wood. I think that might be a wood. I want to say.
Interesting.
Man, this is a really nice design, and then it has like the nice little light up feature
Yeah,
there.
I got the LED
It's,
going.
it's just this is such a clean model of a stick, and here's the thing,
Very
guys.
modern. Very
Oh,
modern.
there you go, full light up.
Oh, nice.
So it'll tell you what the buttons are.
Reminiscent of the Hori Fighting Edge, where it had like the side touch
Yeah.
screen.
And it looks like I want to say this is standard that you can pop it off. I want to say it's standard,
That'd
But-
be the first stick that comes with that.
which normally they don't.
Detachable. You before you'd have to special order and then install.
But there's a reason why.
Uh-huh.
This stick is $399.
There you go.
So it's not
That,
it's
uh,
not, it's
that
not a
explains it
cheap
all.
stick,
Next,
guys.
Next.
Not a
next,
cheap stick.
Next. I don't want to hear it. Next.
So
Is it still a stick? Next.
no, this is a cool thing.
Oh, it's
You like this, yeah.
Oh, okay,
So this is like for your old school heads, your modders, stuff like that.
$99. Jesus Christ.
You ready? That's why you like this
I
price.
spent maybe $250 to $299 for mine, but mine was completely custom. Like
I don't believe
with
in
with the magenta stick.
$399?
With the magenta stick.
Yeah,
is
see, but
fucking
that-
$100
yeah.
alone.
So that makes
But
sense.
that's like different. I'm getting way more control over than just having a P-Link. A P-Link
Yeah.
is like $50 to $80, I think, at most.
That's not.
I gotta
yeah.
ask Juliana.
But the multi-cade full-size control panel with 2-inch trackball, hole for Pac-Man, Galaga, and other stand-up cabinets. This is like a dream thing because,
On Newegg.
yeah,
I didn't even know
that's
Newegg,
what
like,
shocked
sold
me.
that.
For
That's interesting.
$25, this is actually like I feel like it's a scam. Something's got to be
Yeah,
wrong.
something's wrong, right?
But
What's the casing? You still gotta get the buttons and trackball and all that.
my thing is, this is still dope because if you wanted to salvage pieces, this is a cheap salvage.
Yeah.
Now,
You can easily drill another 2-3 holes,
Yep.
make the trackball into a cup holder, and you're good.
there you go.
Easy.
So, I mean, this is a really flexible thing for modders if you're looking to do something different or if you're looking to do that old
Or do
school
something
cabinet.
basic, yeah.
Yeah, that old school cabinet, kind of get your, I think it was tee golf or something like that.
Yeah.
And I think what made me want to show people this is because after going to the museum,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Franklin Museum,
Masters, the Game
Masters,
Masters Museum out here in the Franklin Institute.
they had all the arcade
Shout out to them.
machines. Yeah, it was dope. They had like old school tee golf and stuff like that. And yeah, I thought this was just like a nice little addition that you guys might want to check out. But not only that, we're gonna go back to Newegg again, and this is really something I like that I think
That's
is on
weird.
sale.
That's already weird.
Why?
It's got 4 buttons. You're already messing with my emotions,
That
bro.
that's why I like it. It's
You're messing
different.
with my emotions, bro. What the hell uses a classic? Well, no, but that's the turbo. The turbo NES controller had 4 buttons, but one was literally just turbo, like for each one.
So, I mean, what's interesting though is like, and you
So
can
what
see
do
it.
we have here? We have a classic NES.
It's classic
emulator?
NES emulator, HDMI. It's just like that new
Mini
that.
8-bit retro classic NES console.
So if you guys remember the other console, it's like $60. It comes with like
12 games,
Yeah.
something like that. Which you could then hack
yeah.
and make it into
Well,
like load up however many you want.
I say save your time, save your money. This comes with 500 games plus 2 handheld controllers.
$40.
You could do VGA if you want, which I don't know why the hell you would, because it supports HDMI as well.
Because sometimes the interlacing from VGA, like what you can, like
Old school.
sometimes going to that to say a CRT is gives you a better image. There's like a whole lot of technologies that goes into like emulating these products that try to
I'm just
emulate
curious.
or sometimes even just straight duplicate the hardware as close as possible. Sometimes they still might not get it right. The picture might be off on, especially certain games too. Certain games might emulate right on one type of product like this versus another. Like it's a whole lot of great feel. I can go in for days about this,
but I just think this is a good buy because right now it's on sale, guys, till the end of the month. So if you're looking for something for your family, friends, you guys want to get together, drink a few beers, play some old school games, reminisce, maybe even stream it. There you go.
Yeah,
this is an option. So it's a very cheap option, and I think for speedrunners, I think this is still a good option too. I don't know
if it's like eligible, like if it's even to that point where you can.
And I mean, it seems like they do have the original controllers too, so you might have an option if you want to choose the original or the 4-way like that. So that's pretty much it for the whole like plug and play for you guys. I mean, it's something a little different, something a little bit more, for the family, for fun, if you're a modder, something like that.
Always trying to be the family man.
Trying to mix it up for you guys. It can't all be about the gamers only, Gotta think about the family people.
Yeah, but that's your plug and play. But this next section is definitely gonna be all about the gamers. So we got ourselves a Folks Attack segment today with a special guest. We're gonna let, I guess, is it rock paper scissors for who's doing? The
other mic didn't work. I mean, I did the last two people. If you want to do this one, I'll let you rock this one.
I'll take this one.
I think you got this.
Them down.
So all right,
easy.
Let me go get him.
Meza will be off for a little bit, and we'll have our guests. Matter of fact, I'll wait and just entertain you guys in the meantime because I just realized I needed to change a name on something, but we will in a little bit. So we had a chance to go out to Evo earlier. Well, last week I had a chance to go out to Evo, which was my first Evo, and while out there, I was able to, experience some games that they were only previewing there, such as the Fantasy Strikes. We had, of course, SNK Heroines, Smash. If you decided to wait on a line that's like 50 feet long, is not even 50 feet. It was like really long. It was longer than that by the end of the day. And, of course, we got to get some games like Soul Calibur 6 and DOA 6, which they were both running brackets. They were both running exhibitions as well. And if you got a chance to check it out, it was streamed online. But we had some people that had the fortune to actually go ahead and play in that tournament, and we're trying to get him out now. But I'm currently waiting for Meza to hurry up and bring him over. But in the meantime, hope you guys are enjoying the show. It's kind of a little impromptu. How did I not see you over there? But Meza went out that way. All right. Well, anyway, we have our guest coming on right now. We got Witch Doctor's own Big Dame 21, which means there was 20 others before him, but he beat them all out to get on. Just put on your weapon on right there real quick, and we'll get to it. It ain't yeah, you good. Ain't no rocket science, Dame.
Okay.
Dame, first of all, thank you very much for coming on the show.
Yeah, no problem.
I appreciate it. I
Oh,
know you've been
Meza.
hounding. I know you're Meza right now, apparently. But don't worry, the guys on the podcast, they can't see that. It's all good. It's all good. So you've been hounding me to get on the show. You want to talk DOA. You want to talk Soul Calibur. But before we get into that, I want you to tell our listeners like where you come from, what do you do at Witch Doctor as well, because that's the team you represent.
Okay.
How long you been in the FGC? Just give them a little quick. This is like think speed dating, but FGC. Hey, how you doing? Yes, I like to play on stick. SNK was my first company I played fighting in. Give us the 411 on you, Dane.
Okay. Well, thanks for having me again. And for those of you out there, my real name's Damien, but I go by Big Dame 21. I am the GM of fighting games for Witch Doctor Gaming. If you guys never heard of Witch Doctor Gaming, it started off as a Vainglory team. If you guys know what Vainglory is, it's kind of like a League of Legends, but for your mobile games. Mm-hmm. And the team reached out to me last year. My anniversary was actually 2 weeks ago, by the way. So my 1 year anniversary.
You're still in the game.
1 year anniversary. But they reached out to me and they liked my gameplay and they wanted me to bring fighting games to their organization. So I said, wow, I feel honored. Sure, why not? So got into the organization. I was the only fighting game player for about a couple months. But after they seen my skills and my leadership capabilities, they promoted me to a lead. And that's when I went to go start recruiting. And then after the success of the people that I brought in, they gave me a GM position.
Nice.
So
okay. How long you been playing fighting games?
So I've been playing fighting games like forever. Like I would say, I would say probably.
Days? Do we got those? You got arcade memories?
Well, arcade
Legit?
memories
OG?
back in Granite Run Mall, back in the Delaware County area. It was some good times back then. So I've been doing this for a while. Yes, a lot of quarters, dollar bills into quarters.
Mom Dukes was not too happy. I got you. All right, so fast forward now. You've been in the game, you've competed. Now you're currently GM for Witch Doctor. You happen to go out to Evo. We saw each other out there finally. Like I know I was kind of hunting you down because I was like, Dame is just like. If you guys listen to the podcast, you can't see, but my man is massive. He's just like tall as hell. He's a bit larger than life, and he's got an attitude that goes with it. I couldn't see you until like I think it was like end of Saturday, damn near.
The end of Saturday, yes.
So you had, they had plenty of other games that were doing exhibitions on. They had Soul Calibur and DOA, which you have history on.
Yes.
So did you competed in those games?
Yeah, so I did compete in DOA and in Soul Calibur 6. I competed in DOA 5 because they had a tournament for DOA 5, and they had the side tournament for DOA 6. I didn't do the tournament for DOA 6 because I was running both Tekken and also Soul Calibur, so it was just like, okay, I'm going to have to sacrifice. So I'll just do my DOA 5, which I originally was preparing for. So I did
and you
well.
Won it, right? You won it, right? That's cool that you won it, Dame. I'm glad they're here, man. I knew you had it in you the whole time.
I wish I did win it all, but I'm fairly proud of myself. Now, this is my second EVO, by the way. I went in 2016 for my first one, but I only did brackets.
Okay.
Because I wanted to play Tekken, but, back then Tekken wasn't out. It was only in the arcades, basically.
Yeah.
So now that it's in consoles, I had more time to practice, and I figured 2018 will be the one where I compete for the first time.
There you go.
And I still ran brackets as well, of course. So
it happens.
If you guys don't know, I'm a bracket king. I run brackets like it's none other. So they always come to me to get things rolling and make sure things get.
You've been at Big E majors doing brackets, correct?
Oh, for a long time.
For a long
yes.
time. So chances are, if you guys have competed anywhere out here in the Northeast or have been at any Big E tournaments, you've probably seen Dame. He's probably yelled at you to get to your station. He probably threatened to suplex you. Chances are you've seen him.
I've DQ'd people. That's what I do.
You just give him the axe, huh?
Yeah, I give him I give him a 5-minute grace period. I play neutral. But then afterwards, it's just like, okay.
Unblockable, just slayed on the spot. All right. So you got to do the competitions, but you got to play DOA.
I did get to play DOA 6, yes.
You just didn't get to go into the tournament.
Right, but I did get to play DOA 6.
So I wanted to bring you on, besides you yelling at me to get put on, is I wanted to pick your brain about it. Someone that has more history, definitely more history than me in playing Soul Calibur 6 and DOA 6. I wanted to pick your brain and kind of have you tell the people how you're feeling about it, the impressions on it, from someone that has history for as long as you have. What you like about it, what you dislike, maybe even the direction that you're going, just your overall impressions on it. So we can start with DOA 6.
Okay, so DOA 6, what can I say? For those of you who don't know, DOA has been put in the staple of a fighting game with a lot of females.
What?
That's
news to me. I had no idea.
For fan service purposes. So a lot of people feel as though DOA was more of the, I get my character, but let me dress up this character with like 80 different costumes, and for the appeal,
I think DOA 5, we had it even, while DOA 5 was still, I can't even speak today, prevalent. It had massive DLC. Like every show, I think we were like, yada, 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 you know what time it is. A new DOA costume. So here you go. They can do this one. This is the fan base one. Here's Halloween. Here's Valentine's. And it just keeps going. Like, I think that game, DOA 5 alone, must have the record for most DLC.
It is.
Just, like, support.
It is in the Guinness Book of World Records
right.
for the most paid DLC in any game history.
Called it.
You are talking about, after adding everything up, if you do individually and not the season passes, you're talking about $1,500 worth of DLC.
In costumes.
In costumes. That's not even including the 2 different DLC characters you could pay for, because there were 2 DLC characters you could pay for.
I mean, girls got to have their Mondays through Friday costumes, and then they got their Saturday, Sunday fun day dresses, right?
You had Attack on Titan collaborations.
Yes.
You had SNK collaboration. You had different anime show collaborations. You were just thinking like Fairy Tale or whatever.
Fairy Tale, there we go.
I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like,
yeah.
what else are they going to come up with? You know, are they going to do Street Fighter? Is Capcom going to make an agreement or something?
So actually, before we dive into your impressions, one thing, how surprised were you when the DOA 6 announcement happened? Because, you know, you go to Big E tournaments, you know Big E supported DOA 5 till it died, which was last year when we had that very heartwarming video stating, you know, thank you very much. We know, Eric Small, shout out to you, Big E. Has supported the game, blah, 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 blah. I think it was it NEC?
NEC
It was
last
NEC,
year.
right? And they were like, you know, it's done. We'll see you when the next one happens. Or not even, I don't even think they alluded to a next one. It just says when it happens, it'll happen.
Right.
Less than a year later, oh, hey, DOA 6 is back. I felt kind of like, damn. Like, I didn't even get to the breakup I'm already rebounded. So how did you feel when you first saw it? Besides happy as hell, most likely. So hype.
This DOA 6 was announced day 0 of E3.
Mm-hmm.
And I was at work, and as soon as one of my friends tagged me on Twitter, I'm just like, wait a minute, this soon?
Exactly.
Really? I thought I had to wait for like another 2 years or something.
Mm-hmm.
And when I saw that trailer, and as soon as the gameplay mechanics came on, I said, this is totally different than any other DOA game. I felt as though like they're going with the direction of being more serious.
Yes. I mean, one of the first steps that they seem to have taken when it came to that was we're going to tone down the fan service that the series has been known for.
Mm-hmm.
And people are like instantly up in arms, torches and pitchforks and all that. Like, why? No, I want to like sneeze and the physics go wild on certain assets, on certain characters, right? Like, you know, I want all that. But like you said, I kind of had that same impression when I saw that, how they kind of like seem to have been taking it to a focus of we're for real about this right now. So they're going to take that away, but I think in taking that away, it's going to be made up in how this gameplay is, which I'm assuming you're about to tell me in 2 seconds. How was the gameplay? Because you played it at EVO.
They went a total 360 with the gameplay. So,
but 360 means we're back to where we started.
well,
You mean 180?
180.
There you go.
There we
All
go,
right.
180.
I knew it. As soon as you 360, like, I know where you're going, bro. I know
So
where you're going.
they did a complete turnaround.
Uh-huh.
So they had introduced new mechanics to DOA 6. You have now the Fatal Rush mechanic, where it's kind of like your special button like they used to have back in DOA 5, but it was more for like helping with holding against counters and stuff like that.
Okay.
Now you have a Fatal Rush button where it can change the gameplay, because now you have meters in DOA 6. Kind of like here you have in Street Fighter, you know, you have a meter now. And the meter builds up with you blocking, punching, whatever it may be. You know, you're going to build meter throughout the match. And with that meter, when it gets to you get 2 gauges. When it gets to the first gauge, you can go ahead and initiate your Fatal Rush, which is a series of blows that can only be either countered or held if the other opponent has meter in it. So if the other opponent has their meter, they can do a fatal counter, which counters any Fatal Rush blows.
Okay.
But the thing is, you can do Fatal Rush blows back into your regular punches and kicks into your other Fatal Rush blows. So you can kind of mix it up, basically. So everyone thought that, oh, it's just this one button now. No, you can mix it up, and it's very competitive for high competitive players as well.
It gives you those extra layers of
correct.
Just meta within those couple frames, right? Like, oh, what am I going for? Okay, it gives you more options. That's always good.
Right.
Adding options, adding gameplay mechanics like that are always good for a game because, like I just said, it adds those layers. It keeps it from being stale because nowadays, you know, in fighting games, more now than history, like a game comes out, the tech is already up there. The meta's already kind of been solved within like a month or two. Like we're all sparking on the first character. We're all X-factoring on the first. And does it change a little bit? Like, yeah, we'll save it for the end. Maybe some people do, some people don't. Let me kill your point character first. But it's really, really quick how these fighting games are getting caught. So the more mechanics there are, the thing that sucks about it, it kind of pulls away a little bit from the casual, just a little bit if it's too complicated. But like at the same token, it gives us more play in the game, which gives it a longevity in itself. You don't want it to be so stale. If it's stale early on, it just dies.
And I will say that DOA 6 is going to be more for like the people who never played a DOA game before.
Okay.
Of course, you're going to have it for your competitive players, because I'll tell you one thing. Anytime you go to a tournament for a DOA tournament, you're basically seeing the same top 8 most of the time.
Yep.
So with DOA 6, with these new mechanics, this should change the game to where people can come out, grab the game for the first time, never play the DOA game, and hop right onto it. Because with the different mechanics and the different ways of playing the game, it gives more of a competitive edge for not only just the casual players, the competitive players, but for the casual players to step up and to get into the scene as well, too.
So with that, like, the barrier's breaking down, so more people are going to be able to come in and kind of pick up the game, which is good. More people in your scene, in your community, that's a great thing. You want more competitors,
exactly.
You want more people. But on the other token, that's always the fucking saying when it comes to making it easier for people to play. What are the hardcore DOA players going to feel when, like, more people can just pick up and, let's use the S word real quick, scrub me out or something like that, right? Because this game is easy. You can just do this and, like, win. That whole kind of deal. What's your take on that? Like, do you think the DOA community will be receptive to that? Or are they just going to, like, be like, whatever, we'll just let it rock? Like,
I mean, we're the DOA community is like one big family. We come to these events because there's very few small of us, especially when DOA 5 has just been out for so long.
Yeah.
So we've just been sticking around, gunning it to make sure that we keep this game alive. Now with 6 coming out, it's like you get all the old school players coming back now to get this game rolling. Like, they're like, wow, like, all right, I've been going for like 2 or 3 years. Let me come back into the scene and see what I can do. And even with the new players, we're more than welcoming to help them learn the meta of the game. But you're going to have to still, as a player, go in the lab, grind yourself. And I want to see different players come up, because we feel as though that even though the gameplay may make it simpler for people to pick it up, we still find ways as competitive players to make it competitive to them. So we're going to find that different direction to get to where as though, okay, this mechanics, but I've been labbing this, and since I know the game more personally than you do, it's not going to really affect me per se.
I dig it. All right. True neutral talk there from Big Dames. Just like, I'm just going to leave it as it is. All right, so we have the Fatal, what is it, Fatal Strike?
Fatal Strike.
Fatal Strike, Fatal Counter.
Fatal Counter.
What are the other mechanics?
You also have the sidestep Fatal Hit, where now you can sidestep in the game now. Now, DOA 5 did have a sidestep. It was more of like a double tap to sidestep. But now you can sidestep and go around, basically, kind of like a sidestep walk, kind of like what Tekken does.
Okay.
And you can, if a player comes at you, you can sidestep instantly while they're attacking, and then hit that special button to do a sidestep counter.
You can't hit anything else?
Oh, I'm sorry. You can do a sidestep hit.
Okay.
So once you hit that sidestep into the special button, you get like 10 or 15% off damage off that sidestep hit. And it opens up your gameplay again. It'll say, okay, now I'm in the neutral state again. Let me see what I can do with you now.
Gotcha.
So
all right, so we got the sidestep. We got Fatal Strike, Fatal Counter, any other. So which one is the slow motion punch to the face?
So
is that like a hard?
So that's the
like
fatal
counter. Then there's hard ass counter. Is that what that is?
No, that's Fatal Blow.
Oh, that is Fatal Blow.
Fatal
regardless.
Blow.
Okay, all right.
So
well, that answered that, because I was like, I saw that in the trailer. I was
right,
like,
and
yes.
that's what people were hyped about.
When I saw what is it? What gentleman's name? Is it Jang Lee?
Jan Lee.
Jan Lee get rocked, or Ayana get you rocked. I was done. I was like, I want all that. I want it, because already we saw over the top, not over the top, but like insane like stage transitions in DOA that like would kill a normal person. So it's like, all right, we'll let it rock. But then now, if they're toning that down, which actually, I'll ask that in a second. but to exaggerate like this blow, this mechanic that just gives you this crazy slow mo. Because like Tekken has like their slow mo when it comes to like the final hit of the last match that just like cranks the hype to 11 instantly, no matter where you are.
Yeah.
Seeing that, I was like, wow, it has the same effect. Because when you land that, like, you must either feel, you have to just be feeling some kind of way. And to just also, on a spectator standpoint, I thought that was just really awesome. So, are there still transitions within the game right now, like as over the top as the ones previously? Or, because I've seen ones where, I think where they showed Diego, like in his little pit, you can hit him into someone and someone grips you up, and it's like a free one hit or something.
Yep.
You know, it's like kind of like a wall bounce deal.
So DOA 6 is going back to the interactive stages.
Okay.
If you guys did watch the exhibition during the Evo stream, there are 2 stages. There was the grand final arena where from DOA Tech that hosts the tournament, and then you also have the street stage, where if you do like a certain combo or hit into basically the barrier of the stage, you get a pedestrian help, as I like to call it. So the pedestrian will push you back into the basically the stage, basically the neutral stage, which gives you a free hit, a counter hit basically. It gives you that free motion to say, okay, I get a free hit on you now.
So it's a combo extender.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. It's just one of the more interesting combo extenders out there. But what did you see any that were like multi-level transitions where you're getting clocked off of like the roof of one building and you end up in the parking lot?
Nope. So
not like that?
Not as of yet.
Okay.
But
as of currently, which could still be in.
Correct.
Like you're right. It still was a very limited build. You know, still very early on in the game. We only have 8
characters
right now currently.
Yep.
Yeah, including the new one, which you've got some choice words to say about the new guy. I've heard before. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Are there any other mechanics? So transitions are back. We have the fatal mechanic pool. What else is
I mean,
new?
you still have from previous DOAs, you have your hold system. You can now either choose between a 3-way or a 4-way hold system.
What are the differences?
So 3-way is either you hold back, you hold forward, or you hold diagonal back. 4-way system is up back, backwards, forward, and down back.
Okay.
And a lot of people, us competitive players, have been used to the 4-way system because it's much better. It gives you a different gameplay to, kind of figure out, okay, are you going to go high, you're going to go low, you're going to go mid, are you going to do a kick, are you going to do a punch? Different mechanics of how the hold counter system works, basically.
Okay.
So.
All right, so we got those returning mechanics. Anything else besides that has stuck out to you that was like?
As of now, those are about it. Just at the fatal blow,
yeah.
you do have to have 2 meters though.
Gotcha.
So once your meter is fully filled up, you can hit that forward and then the special button to initiate that. It can be blocked, and it can be countered if you use the fatal counter button.
All right. So we got this whole beginning section was really just to kind of the appetizer to show people the mechanics, or those that are new or interested in DOA don't know exactly what they were seeing. Now we're just going to get to the nitty-gritty, where I want to hear you, unbiased, tell me what you think about the game right now.
I love it.
Unbiased? You're not being paid whatsoever?
No, I'm not
right
being paid. Not being paid whatsoever.
Paid to be on the show, so
even though you guys can't see me, I am wearing the DOA shirt and the lanyard.
He's got the lanyard and all. He is a fighter. He is a fighter.
These were given to the tournament participants, by the way.
Oh, nice.
But no, I love the game. It is very good. It's a fresh new look, fresh new take. I like the new mechanics of the game. The characters just seem so balanced at the moment now. I would say Diego, the new character, he's a little OP.
Yeah, okay.
He's a little OP because the way you can sidestep with him and the way you can do his fatal rush into like the regular punch strings, it's just too OP.
He was more built with these systems in mind versus the old characters that are then brought into these mechanics that might not work the same. His were designed from so he might have an advantage off that. It's a byproduct.
And if you guys are Tekken players, he's basically Miguel. He's the Miguel.
Damn. You know what's funny? I heard talk around the water coolers about that. Like Miguel's name got brought up, and I was like, oh, they're just saying because it's kind of similar archetypes.
I mean, they do look. Yeah, exactly.
That's it. But the fact you're saying even play style kind of resembles, or it's very close. There you go. Might bring some Tekken guys to come out and play.
Yeah.
Especially if that sidestepping is within that same realm. It's
right.
Just another coat of paint on something they know.
And it was funny because I was watching Harada-san, the producer of Tekken. He was playing the DOA 6 demo, and he was just like thinking, this seems interesting.
Jacking this tech. This is now on the next season.
Exactly.
Can't see it in his eyes, but he's always wearing glasses. Whoever does that, they're complete scum. So, yeah. Just saying, just putting it out there. All right, so the OA6 has your approval, Dame. You're all for it. The mechanics, thank you for breaking that down for us. For those that are interested, feel free to follow Dame. I'm just going to plug your Twitter right now because I want to.
Oh, so it's WD Big Dame 21. It stands for Witch Doctor Big Dame 21.
All right. If you want more questions, if you have more questions or anything you want to shout out for DOA6, he's definitely the man to go to. But also we have another group. Another community that you represent, we stated earlier, Soul Calibur 6.
Yes.
The weapon fighting game of salt for many of people. You got to compete in that one.
Yep.
I think you even did you play Kayane while you were out there?
I did play Kayane,
okay.
yes.
All right, cool.
We both mained the same character.
All right, cool. We'll dig on that. So we're gonna kind of go through the same deal. So Soul Calibur 6 being a weapon-based game, it's been a while since we've had a sequel. And some of these returning characters that weren't in those sequels, such as Taki being brought back in versus what was Natsu? I think was her name, right? The other ninja that was
Natsu was her daughter per se.
From that, right?
Yeah.
There's still no timeline set for this, so it's kind of low up in the air as to where it holds. But we have Zasa Lamel back into it. They announced Voldo right before Evo. Yep. We have returning characters, of course, Mitsurugi, Sophitia. List goes on. Who do you make?
I am Shanghua.
Shanghua, okay.
Yes.
She got announced not too long ago, right?
She got announced. She actually got announced within the first wave. So.
Okay.
She was way back, when they were first starting announcements. She was like the third announcement. As soon as I saw that,
I kind of pinned you for a Killick player. Funny enough, it wasn't. No. I don't know why. I kind of had that vibe. But I might be wrong.
She's just like Xiao Yu and Tekken, so I gotta,
That's right. You do play Xiao Yu and Tekken. I don't know why I didn't make that connection. All right, so with Soul Calibur 6, there is a lot when it comes to the mechanics already. Just the base mechanic, not like a lot that's overwhelming, but there's just plenty to keep in mind. Of course, you still have your counters. You have your left, right. It's a three-dimensional game, so you are moving in different planes. It isn't just a 2D fighter. But they've brought certain mechanics, some new ones, like reversal edge is one. We have these. It's like the super. Well, they had supers before,
right?
But isn't there something new about?
But now with the supers, you have a meter to get it.
There we go.
While beforehand, you had to do like a guard break, an armor break.
Gotcha.
And once they went into like that certain third break, I forgot what it was called. That's when you can do the button inputs to do that special move.
Okay. So. What other mechanics are they bringing to Soul Calibur 6?
They're basically it's basically on the style of Soul Calibur 2.
You're the second person to tell me that. First one being Kong out from South Jersey.
Okay.
Omega XCS. I can't remember. He's been a long time Soul Calibur player, especially out of New Jersey. Even for like 6-7 years when we had Nerd Palace. Shout outs to Slab Murph for doing that for so long. He was the only guy that was rocking Soul Calibur. He was bringing it more. He was like really the ambassador. And he's the one that commentated actually the Soul Calibur games at EVO.
Oh,
I don't know
really?
if you saw the gentleman there. But he got flown out for that. Shout out to you, Kong, for doing that. He's going to be out here for sure once Soul Calibur drops. But, he told me the same thing when I asked him. He said, it is Soul Calibur 2. It plays like it. But so when you say Soul Calibur 2, like, what do you mean by that?
So basically, you got the movement. The movement in the game is basically exactly the same. Like, you got your 3D plane. You're doing your side stepping. You're doing your side walking. You got your front and back. It's free movement, basically. So that's why I like to see it as, because in like other 3D fighting games like DOA, you only have the certain amount of limited space. I won't say limited space, but you don't have that much free range that you do as in with Soul Calibur, the Soul Calibur series. So in Soul Calibur 2, when they brought all that movement mechanics back, it just feels so alike.
Okay. So You guys can't see it, but the sparkle in his eyes got really light when he said it. It's just there. All right, so the movement is already. So we're talking faster than like the previous.
Oh yeah,
like,
much faster. Yes.
Okay. Besides that, so reversal edge. Give us the breakdown on that.
So basically, this is a new mechanic which I feel as though can open up a lot of things while you're during your gameplay. It's like, say for instance, you're in a barrage of different hits and different swings from the weapons. You can hold a button now to do a reversal edge where it will kind of do like a, in Street Fighter where you got like that little gray area if you're doing like certain parries or something.
Yeah, you have the gray light.
Yeah, so once you hold that button, you can unleash it to do the reversal. And what it is kind of like a rock, paper, scissors on a rock, paper, scissors.
Yes, okay.
So you got to guess which button that
beats out what? Like quick
out
attack will beat a heavy.
Yep.
Then there's counter that beats out a heavy, or it just keeps going around in circles.
Exactly.
So yeah, I remember that was a very early mechanic that was shown off, and yeah, it's cool. It's another layer, like in case it kind of it kind of rewards you because it's still kind of chancing it, right? You're giving it.
Right, but the thing about it is, like, if you initiate that, you're gonna gain meter.
Oh,
so that's one of the reasons.
It's the trade-off. So
a lot of people during that tournament weren't using it, but me, I was just like, okay, I know I'm going to gain meter if I do this, but I have to do it in a certain way. So I have to make sure that my opponent's going to be attacking me, so I can take advantage of that. Because if he can block it.
Yes, block is another one.
It is blockable. So, but when you clash within that reversal edge, if you clash the first time, like together. Then you get to go again. So you gotta say, okay, what you gonna push this time?
I did not know.
Yep.
I did not know it's reoccurring.
Yep.
Like that.
So you do it once, and then you only do it another time, and then it basically goes to the person who outbeats the other person, and kind of gives you that, kind of like an armor break, a guard break, basically.
Okay.
So and you also gain meter as well too.
What happens if you clash twice? Does it just end?
That's the thing. I would guard break you at that point.
Oh, regardless, because
yes.
you initiated it would. Wow. Okay,
Yep.
so it's kind of in the favor of that who initiated.
Correct.
Okay, cool. So you don't really get destroyed for doing it if you did make that investment to do it. All right, that's cool. I was wondering. I was a little wary about that because leaving it to chance of a button afterwards. What's the benefit? Because if I just have bad luck,
right,
I'm gonna get punished for using this mechanic. That's sort of, throwing RNG in the fighting game is like usually a fight for me a little bit. So
what's this, Destiny?
Shout outs to the Faust players.
Oh gosh.
Okay, so we have the reversal edge. So what other new mechanics do we have?
So far, I mean, that's basically one of the core mechanics, and you got the special moves, of course. So, and that can be, some of them are unblockable as well too. Some characters have unblockable of those special moves, kind of like Siegfried and Nightmare.
Yes,
those are unblockable. So if you even try to block it, it's just like it's over. You're gonna get like 50% damage off the bat.
The big old sword, you just get clobber right into the ground. I've seen it. Yeah, it's kind of wild with their reach.
Oh, and then you also have like your back in other Soul Calibur games where you did your soul, I forgot what it was called, but like the soul power up basically. You kind of you push that one button to like get more strength.
Yep.
Well, you got that back, but it's in a different format now. So it uses your meter, but the meter ticks down. Kind of like ticks down. It gives you more power for a certain amount of time. One character I like to specify now is Keelik.
Yes.
Now, Keelik, when you get his soul soul power, I'm just going to call it that for the time being.
Let's call it like that. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, so when Keelik gets into he turns into a whole completely different character.
Really?
The thing is with his is a double-edged sword.
Doesn't it hurt him?
It drains your health. While you get more power, it drains your health at the same time.
So it sounds like Pandora from Street Fighter X Tekken.
Correct.
You have this amount of time. Your character gets a boost, but you better make it work within this time limit. And is it a once per round? Is it a once per match?
So you get 2 meter bars. So basically you can use 1 meter for that. You can use 1 for your special. You can gain your meters more frequently throughout the matches, and you can activate it again.
So as long as you have meter.
Yep.
All right. So unlike, say, Pandora, you can't do it with your last character or like the last bit of life and then use it. All right. And this is a universal one that everyone has.
Correct.
So everyone has this ability to power up.
Yes.
I didn't know like what was the last Soul Calibur that had that?
Every Soul Calibur 2, when you did that little button combination, they kind of like powered up their sword a little bit.
Yeah.
It was only temporarily though. It was like
Yeah.
the next hit would give you that
get
boost.
a little extra boost.
You know.
Yeah. But there hasn't been a version where it's like a series of buttons that then like with meter to activate it.
No.
No. Okay. Because like I thought it looked kind of familiar because I haven't played Soul Calibur hardcore since like 3 or 4.
Oh
like,
wow.
yeah. Like I played a lot of 2, and I played a lot of 3 for some reason. I think it was like at a time where I just had a PlayStation and like Soul Calibur 3 was just like my joint, and I was like playing it all the time. I don't know. I can't even explain it. It's like not to say it's a bad game, but it's like a bad relationship. Just trying to try to forget it. Like I'm just like, oh yeah, I did like spend a whole summer or like a whole half a year just playing that game. I don't even know. A little trip down memory lane.
Oh goodness.
But all right, so we have that. Anything else off the dome that's new besides those?
Nothing new, but a lot of returning mechanics. You know, you got the counter strike basically, where you do like the soul counter, where you can like instantly as soon as kind of like a parry basically.
Exactly, yep.
You know, and one of my matches in Evo, it was just a whole minute just parrying back and forth, and it's just like you can parry anything as long as you time it right, basically.
Okay. Right.
And it was just like I was just like, okay, I'm getting sick and tired of this. I gotta do something else now.
Going for the ankles. All right, cool. So mechanics aside, now for those getting briefed on it, what is your overall feel of the game?
I will say this it's different.
Okay.
Okay, I mean, especially this game has, we haven't had a Soul Calibur game in so long, so a lot of people, weren't really a fan of 5.
Yep.
I would say 4 was, one of their next best ones, because 3 was just like kind of like stagnant, like okay,
yeah,
no one really knew what was going on with 3. So, but then when 4 came out, when you introduced the Star Wars characters and stuff like that,
all right, y'all
know,
going wild. And then 5, what was her name? Viola?
Yes.
There we go. Yeah, I remember seeing a lot of her. Basically,
right.
Minat before Minat was Minat.
Before Minat was Minat, yes.
Yeah, even Tokido played Soul Calibur like crazy like that, and it was his character. I remember like Yomakan and stuff like that. Like they had like some pretty big tournaments for that. I feel like is that like what killed 5? Is that what killed 5 like that? Was like characters like Viola, like, cause I kind of kept seeing her and Natsu. Those were like the 2 main characters I saw everywhere. So
her Natsu, Keelik was another good one, and Siegfried was
actually
pretty good on that one as well too.
Interesting. So current state right now, did you get to play multiple characters?
I did. So again, my main was Xianghua, and I was loving it. She got her stances still. She got her her just kidding mechanics, as we like to call them. So
where she fakes you out.
Yeah, fakes you out basically. So
Psych.
Yeah, exactly. So I kind of love that. Taki's really fast in this game.
It was good to see her back. One of my personal favorites. So now seeing her come back and now it's like, all right, cool. Like it's good that they brought her back, especially with the whole like the glyphs thing. That
right.
She got
Exactly.
on. It's pretty ill, right?
So
and Zasalamel to bring him back.
Right,
like
and I wasn't expecting that because this is what they said. They said the storyline is kind of between 1 and 2. So that's kind of like I'm not sure what the whole story is going to be like until we find out further down the line. But it's between 1 and 2. That's where the whole stage is being set, and I think they're going to be mostly kind of focusing on like Sophitia and the Keelik stage era and stuff like that, and the Siegfried, of course. They're trying. I think the story mechanics is going to be focusing on that.
You think it's going to line up to when Siegfried combines the swords like he did in that beginning cutscene?
I think that's what it's going to go down to.
And causes the turn of events because Zasamel got involved because of that. So you think this is going to be the precursor to. See, I told you I played Soul Calibur 3, bro. Like, I played that joint like a lot. Oh God, I hate myself, but it was a great game. It kept me entertained. All right. So your overall feel for the game is, you're digging the movement.
Yep.
Of course, your character's back. That's already an instant plus for
Exactly.
anyone that plays the game, right? So it's like this game's perfect.
Because
Like,
a lot
it's
of people
already-
were like during the time it was like, okay, what character's going to get announced? A lot of people were asking for Talon. And when people just weren't hearing Talon's name, they were kind of getting worried, like, is she ever going to get announced? But she finally did get announced, about a month ago, and everyone just went nuts. Because that's the crowd favorite. If you go on Twitter, people have been actually asking for Talon to come back.
Okay.
So.
Okay. I was stoked with Valdo coming back. I'm waiting for it.
I didn't really care for Valdo.
In a world where video games and the companies get subjected to, you objectify women, no one ever points at Valdo and be like, do you see? We don't give a crap. He is literally my answer to any girl that ever, any like feminist ever gives me a problem about video games. It's like, they objectify women. I'm like, I just point to him. I'm like, hello? Do you think we give a shit? Sorry. So I was stoked. I was like, cool. My excuse is still prepped.
Right.
All right.
And especially in this game, you got new characters now as well, too. You got Crow. When they first
Straight
did the
anime.
teaser. Yeah, he's straight anime, basically.
Straight anime is what we got there.
But
when that new character, of course, he's most likely going to be tied to whatever the story arc is.
Right.
Because he hits that duality of, like, good, like, light and dark. And that's what Soul Calibur's always been about, among other things. But, yeah, so overall, your take on it, it's got the big date of approval?
It's got my approval. Comes out October 19th. I just can't wait. I'm trying to see, what more things they'll do, especially after the release. What DLC characters you guys going to bring upon.
Geralt.
You got Geralt from The Witcher. What else are you guys thinking of?
We can get Negan and Tekken. Who knows nowadays? Like I was showing the tweet earlier. It's like, my mains are Simon Belmont from, Simon Belmont in Smash, Negan in Tekken, Terry Bogard with titties in SNK, and my team is Goku.
Oh,
it's a great time to be a fighting game fan, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Like I'm enjoying it, and Terry's even in he's in Fighting EX Slayer now.
Fighting EX Slayer, and I was surprised by that. I'm like, whoa, where did that come from?
Well, most people don't realize the producer for King of Fighters was a consultant in that game. He's credited in there, so he was a part. Actually, it's not just him. There's other. I think even Harada helped out in that game a little bit. Like actually just consulting, not actually developing anything. So Flex is kind of being like a little hidden gem in the community right now, which is pretty good. I think Terry's just the start. It's gonna get nuttier from there. But
no Street Fighter characters.
Yeah, no Street Fighter characters. That might be down the line. So Soul Calibur 6, DOA 6, they're full hype effect right now. Waiting to hear, whoever's the rest of the roster for both, really. Like, DOA 6 still has a lot to go.
Yep. So next week, Gamescom will announce 2 characters, which, if you look at the silhouettes and if you're a DOA fan, you know who they are.
Who are they?
Hitomi and Li Fang. Okay. So my old main is back, which was Li Fang. Li Fang was my main from DOA 2 and up. Well, actually, the first DOA and up. She's been in all DOAs. So
I guess the year
once
of the name?
Mai came into the scene from, I had to go with Mai because she's a little bit faster. But I don't think they're going to be doing any collaborations like that because they're not sure. So I have to go back to my old main.
Okay. So year of the Dame. That's all I'm hearing.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, I've been anticipating, practicing, playing with the games during Evo, and I just can't wait.
All right, well. With that, that's actually going to close us out on our Focus Attack segment. Once again, Big Dame from Witch Doctor's own.
Yes.
Big Dame holding it down for the team, making sure these guys get to their brackets on time. Don't oversleep, don't overparty, and run brackets with an iron fist.
Oh, goodness.
Especially the DOA and Soul Calibur ones when they drop. Once again, we can follow you at WD
Big Dame
21.
Mm-hmm.
He is the 21st. That means that he is the most current model. So feel free to follow him on Twitter. If you have any more questions, of course, they can hit you up and tag you and pick your brain on anything else that you might be able to help them out. Correct?
And I'm still looking for players. So, if you guys are competitive enough and think you can compete under the Witch Doctor name, we do have an application on our main Witch Doctor page, which is at Witch Doctor GG. on the pin site right there, you'll see a pin stating that you can fill out an application to join either our Vainglory Guild or any other or fighting games or any other type. We do have a Halo team, a Call of Duty team, a Gears team that we just announced. So, you know, we're going all big. We're trying to step up there with all these other organizations.
I love it. I love it. Dame, once again, thank you for hanging out with us on this episode of Double Tap. And if you don't mind, could you go and like wrestle my co-host,
oh,
other
sure,
co-host,
no problem.
and bring him back? Because I think I lost him. I thought he was going to be on deck, but he's not. But once again, Dame,
thank you. I appreciate it. I finally got to be on Double Tap.
You can't yell at me no more, right? Don't yell at me. Unless I'm late for a bracket, I don't want you yelling at me. Dame's scary when he yells.
Oh, goodness.
Because he's like so friendly, but then if he gets mad, it's like the scariest shit ever.
You haven't seen me outside of the tournament days then, you know. You see me outside, it's like, okay, it's party Dame.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. I ain't trying to see business Dame.
Nah.
All right, once again, Dame, thank you, my man.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Hopefully I can come to another episode one
most
day.
Definitely. When it drops, you will be first in line.
Okay.
And maybe we'll do like a first to 5, or maybe we'll even have a tutorial series with
Hey, I'll be glad to teach you guys.
I'm down. So thanks again. Go rest. Go get Meza.
I will go get your co-host, Meza.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
All right, guys. While Dame goes and handles the light work of getting Meza over here, just pick him up. That's all you got to do. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode's Focus Attack. We are at the home stretch right now. I know it seems like a pretty long episode, but we had plenty to talk about, plenty of information we wanted to provide to you guys. As soon as Meza then comes on over here, will join me. We'll be at no problem, Dame. Mad love. We're gonna jump right into our mod highlights. Where have you been, man?
Dude.
Look like you've been over there getting bodied.
Flex is fun.
You're getting bodied.
I hate the originals. Flex though.
All right. So we got our mod highlights here after Big Dame decided to take a nice steamy dump on our brains of Soul Calibur 6 and DOA 6.
Glad I wasn't there for that. No, I'm just kidding.
But we got the first of our many mods. We have it is actually by someone new to this show, though I've seen
some of their mods
quote or their work. Excuse me. Let me make sure this is correct.
So I mean, I really like this mod. I actually think it's kind of like it's different.
It's a little rando.
Yeah.
This is a Pika Pika's draw by Tiki White.
Why does it gotta be on Lara?
What is it?
Why does it gotta be on Lara?
Because it makes sense. Electricity, Pikachu. That's what she throws.
Why not Blanca?
You know what? Why not Blanca? Because this is hot.
It's Pika girl. That's why.
If Pokemon were to just take the idea of taking their characters into a 2D plane and then just make them like girls that wear sweaters like this
does make sense.
You, it will sell.
When are we gonna get the DOA crossover with like I don't know Tekken girls and Pokemon? Sure.
But yeah, so this is a pretty dope mod. It all started from a particular picture that he even posted up.
Those are different sound effects too. One, those are CVS2 sound effects. Then it's also CVS2 music.
Yeah,
I'm sold.
It's been a common practice for these mods.
I might start playing Lara.
We have. We'll talk to Gabe. Hold on, you know what? If we can pull Gabe, we can see if we're going to but we'll find out later. Follow us on Twitter to find out if he does. So yeah, it's just pretty simple. It's Lara or like, you know,
and a Pikachu.
Kind of like an altered Lara with stockings and a Pikachu hoodie.
Yeah, a Pikachu. Yeah.
It's
pretty cool. I like it.
I approve of it. Tiggy White, you're the bomb. Thank you. You are brand new to our halls of dope mods, and hopefully we'll see more. I know for a fact we will see more because I did see something earlier that was pretty dope. Sagat is live. That means some dope-ass mods for Sagat as well, because, you know, let's be real. Some of his costumes, like, are, like, kind of the same. It's very, you know, very traditional Muay Thai stuff.
I didn't see this one coming.
This was the first one I saw, and I was like, yes. All that is required is for him to be able to do the Stone Cold Stunner. So we got a Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I just want to see the intro. Like, does he walk? What if he walked in with like a beer, with like beers in his hands? I mean, it's a nice design. It looks good. He obviously has different colors with it. I would like to see a vintage version of Steve Austin, and then like maybe like another version of like the newer version, like where he has the regular T-shirt on. Like, and just make the colors. That would have been dope. But nah, it looks good though. Like. It does look like he's coming out of his shirt a little bit. So there's a little bit of clipping, which is fine. It happens.
But that's also great. It's just I'm pretty sure the modders before it's going to fix this. That's like, I should have never been.
Yeah.
Stop. So this is by Monkey Buster, who has been on the show plenty of times before, making some dope mods. But you can check this out on YouTube at PC Best
PC
Mods. You can
yeah.
find those links to it, or you can just check them out on DeviantArt or even Patreon. And last but not least, just so that we're not showing that we're capping only on Street Fighter, this one hit me a little bit in the heart. You know, I played Bullet in Blaze Blue.
She's going to come, so I don't even know why you guys are even bothering.
Doesn't seem like she is. So the next
Hopefully
best thing
not.
is Yang. Once again, also Yang incidentally has the only Biken color because I also played Biken in Guilty Gear.
Yeah,
Those are the two characters that aren't in this game.
I think 9 has a Biken color.
I didn't know. I don't play 9, so whatever.
It's all good.
So Yang has a mod. This is just a color mod, nothing too crazy. And this isn't the only cast member, actually.
Yeah.
There are plenty of others that have done it. This is done by Autismo Supremo.
Yes, Autismo Supremo.
Supreme Autism. I like your name.
Damn.
Because clearly whoever plays Bullet.
So,
Okay,
look
I'm
at
not
what else he submitted.
Yeah, he's like.
So
I
you
said,
know he's going. Yeah,
he's going nuts. He's got a
he's
golden
going full
Mika as well. A little
okay,
bonus
the
for
gold
you
Mika.
guys.
Shout outs to this because this is a Guilty Gear reference.
It's a Guilty Gear color reference that is banned.
We're
on
just
a
throwing it in
specific
there
stage.
anyway.
There you go.
Damn, look
Why
how good
not?
that looks. That actually
Those
looks really good.
gloves that is an infinity gauntlet if I haven't seen one before.
Did you ever see the meme that came out with her?
No.
They were saying she puts it in. She goes, yeah, and then she snaps her fingers
wow.
and makes everybody in the cast delete it. Oh my god, that's crazy.
So yeah, that's your little bonus one. Not one, but a second bonus one from Autismo Supremo.
Yep. I just thought about it. They should have her trip and fall because that's one of her moves when she goes to grab you.
Yeah. No, she does.
when
When
she-
she tries to grab you, she does like trip, doesn't
Yeah,
she?
but they should let her do that and then just like everything just gets deleted.
Oh wow.
just.
All
right, I'm done.
guys.
I'm done.
All right, and that is gonna do it. We have made it to the end of this. This was for a dry episode. That was actually like a lot.
I don't know,
a
man.
lot
You
of
got the good
information.
stuff on the focus
I
text,
did,
so
but hey,
I'm
you
gonna go
decided-
back and listen
you
to that.
decided to walk out on that.
No,
so
I wanted to hear what you guys had to say.
That's on you,
know?
brother. You decided. Whoops. You decided to walk out on that. That's not what I meant. There we go. All right. And with that, guys, that is going to end this week's episode. Thank you very much for hanging out for another episode of Double Tap. And for those that are hanging here online, Double Tap Live right here on the Nerd Street Gamers Twitch page. I am your host, Andres #Mirandez, and you can find me at #VS. And my co-host here, Jeremiah Meza Ward. Where can they find you at?
You guys can find me on Twitter and on Twitch as MezaFGC, but obviously I still need your support to change that YouTube to MezaFGC, but it is currently still Daimyo Meza, so
Follow
don't be
this
afraid.
man. He's got a pretty dope series of vlogs that are going on between locals, majors, future majors, and
Life.
other events, and life as well.
So
Day in the life of a podcast host for the FGC competition right here. Go check him out. Give him a subscribe. You should also follow this show's Twitter page at DoubleTapFGC. And, of course, follow Mash Those Buttons at MTB Site. We have plenty of other shows you guys can check out there. And also make sure to follow Nerd Street Gamers at N3RD. ST Gamers, we usually have a live tweet. When we go live within 5 minutes, it'll go and show you. I tend to try to retweet it, or I'll just tweet one myself, so you can follow any of those pages to find
Same.
out when we're live next, as well as when the episode goes live as well the following day, usually, as long as we're on schedule.
yeah. We've been all right so far.
So far. But I think we're gonna screw it up tonight at some point. I'm hoping that doesn't come true. You guys can check out our Discord at discord.me/smash those buttons and discord.gg/nerdstreetgamers to check out all our other communities. Feel free to chat. We lurk there sometimes. I know he does more than me, but we will be dropping our next piece of Double Tap art that was submitted by Lariato Corp. Shout outs to you once again. He got that back to me last week. I'm going to show a slight preview on the Discord. If you haven't already been there, make sure to check it out. You can also check out the very first one. Those prints are going to come out soon. Maybe at Summer Jam or maybe at NEC.
You guys got to check that.
We'll
my
see
God.
about that. Yeah, you guys stay tuned to see of all the other shows here on Mash Those Buttons. And the best way you guys can support us as well is feedback on any of the platforms that you listen on. We are always privy to any comments, criticisms, or just straight up nastiness you guys might send to us. We love it. I feed on the hate. it's like my
Which
meat
we
or
don't
Harry,
really
right?
get
It's
any,
like-
but
which we don't. Funny enough, yeah. For as much crap as we give out there, we don't get a lot of hate, which is all love, all that good stuff. But you guys can support by retweeting or just tagging whoever you think might want to listen to the show or should listen to the show. I know we get a lot of love from those that are coming back to the scene or have been in the scene for a while. Even locals that are finding about this place. Actually, there's like 2 or 3 people that I've come across that didn't even know about the place until this show. So good on you for making the first step and coming out to a whole
Everybody's
journey
always
of
asking
saltiness
me.
and fighting games and button presses and Abigail is bullshit. I am your host, Crash Tag. This is Meza, and we will see you guys next time.
Dude, I was actually enjoying playing Flex for once.